Before there were nations, before borders, before history had a name, there was land, flat, unforgiving, and alive with rivers. Between the Tigris and the Euphrates, human beings made a decision that would change everything. Instead of following the seasons, they chose to stay. Instead of surviving day to day, they imagined tomorrow. In this narrow stretch of earth, humanity stopped wandering and began building. This was not just the birth of cities. This was the birth of civilization itself. Mesopotamia, meaning the land between rivers, lay in what is today Iraq and parts of Syria and Turkey. The rivers flooded unpredictably, sometimes destroying crops, sometimes leaving behind rich, fertile soil. To survive, people had to cooperate. They dug canals, built levees, and managed water together. These shared efforts created something new: organized communities with rules, responsibilities, and leadership. Small farming villages slowly grew into cities. Uruk, Lagash, and Eridu became some of the world's first urban centers. These cities were not just clusters of houses. They had temples, marketplaces, walls, and administrative buildings. At the heart of each city stood the ziggurat, a massive stepped temple reaching toward the sky. It symbolized the belief that gods controlled nature and that the city existed under divine protection. As cities expanded, life became more complex. Farmers produced surplus food. Artisans made tools, pottery, and textiles. Traders traveled long distances, exchanging grain and wool for stone, metals, and timber. For the first time, people specialized in different kinds of work. Society divided into classes: priests, rulers, merchants, laborers, and slaves. This growing complexity created a new problem: memory. How do you record debts, taxes, laws, and trade agreements? The answer was writing. Around 3200 BCE, the Sumerians developed cuneiform, pressing wedge-shaped symbols into wet clay tablets. At first, writing was simple, lists of goods and numbers, but over time it evolved into a powerful tool for communication, administration, and culture. History in the true sense had begun. With writing came law. As cities grew larger, order became essential. One of the most famous examples is the Code of Hammurabi, carved into stone around 1754 BCE. It laid out rules for daily life, marriage, trade, property, crime, and introduced the idea that laws were written, public, and applied across society. Justice was harsh and unequal, but the concept of legal authority was revolutionary. Mesopotamians also transformed knowledge. They developed mathematics to measure land and track trade, using a base 60 system that still shapes how time is measured today. They mapped the stars, created calendars, and tried to understand natural events through religion and observation. Medicine, though mixed with magic, showed early attempts to diagnose and treat illness. But Mesopotamian cities were never stable for long. Their wealth made them targets. City-states fought one another constantly, rising and falling in cycles of conquest. Sumerians gave way to Akkadians, then Babylonians and Assyrians. Each empire inherited ideas from the last: writing, laws, urban planning, and passed them forward. Despite their achievements, these civilizations were fragile. Overuse of land led to soil salinity. Rivers changed course. Invasions and internal conflict weakened cities. Eventually, many were abandoned, buried under sand and time. Yet Mesopotamia did not disappear. Its legacy lives on everywhere. Cities, governments, laws, writing, and organized society all trace their roots back to this land between rivers. The modern world did not appear suddenly. It was built slowly, brick by brick, on foundations first laid in Mesopotamia. This is where humanity learned to live together, to rule, to record, and to remember. In choosing to build cities, the people of Mesopotamia shaped the future, and in doing so, shaped us all. If you enjoyed this video, then like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel.